What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing well. It is early. I'm about to go to work, and I'm in my ridiculously small car. Funny story about that before I get into what I'm talking about. One time I went through McDonald's to get some food. Of course, that's what you do at McDonald's. And I I try to be nice to everybody and be polite. So I pull up to the drive-through window, I roll down the window to get my food, and the lady opens the door, and I say, "Hey, good morning. It's good to see you." And she literally just looks at me and goes, "You look very uncomfortable in that car," and just gives me my food and then shuts the window. So, but you know what? She's right. I am uncomfortable. There's so many things that happen when I'm in the car. I don't really understand. So I was at a red light eating some gummies the other day, and I saw something out of my periphery going like this, and I look over, and it's a car full of these three ladies, and I roll down the window, and they said, "You look like you're hungry, huh?" I don't know what it is about my face that just says, "Hey, like let's just go ahead and speak whatever you need to say." But it doesn't matter to me. I guess because maybe they know I don't really care. I think it's hilarious, so I just laughed at both of those things. But what the video of today is this: I find myself, so I'm getting ready for work, and I find myself as the world, as the universe, whatever you want to call it, is so ironic. I find myself very much becoming my parents, which is I don't know. So I went in the pantry to get some food. Gone. My kids are like a swarm of locusts. They will eat everything. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna have to get a pantry section of my own. And it hit me like a ton of bricks that is 100% what my parents would say to me. And it was so annoying. I remember thinking as a kid, like, oh, come on. But then, yeah, it happens. Just all these things. I am becoming my father. So when it rains, I become, the amount of excitement I get when it rains is weird. Let's just be honest. I get so excited, and I'm so preoccupied with the weather at all times. It's the weirdest thing in the world. Some people check the morning news. I'm checking the weather. Now I do grow carnivorous plants outdoors for my other channel, so maybe that's some of it. But if we're being honest, I just think that I just have some sort of weird thing where I have to know, and it's like seeing the news, and I'm so excited to see if it's going to rain. The other thing is, if anybody steps foot in my neighborhood, I am very much like the dog. Like, I have to run to the window and see what's going on. I don't know why it is. It's none of my business if they're here. But I remember my dad being completely oddly and weirdly preoccupied with people coming in the neighborhood. We live on a dead end, and right out in front is this huge window, and I am like obsessed with, if anybody just happens to make a wrong turn and they're just trying to turn around, all the three dogs run to the window, and there's just me trying to see what's going on. I don't know it's just the weirdest thing in the world. So I'm very much becoming my parents, and part of that is a great thing, and part of that is like, oh my God. But the reality is, what's really interesting, and what's been really humbling about being an adult, is there was a time when I saw my parents in their 40s and thought, my God, these guys are ancient. And now that I'm in my 40s, I realize, like, my God, they didn't know what they were doing. They were just trying to figure it out. And that's where, I mean, at least I hope, because that's where I am. Like, I'm trying to figure out everything. And there's so many things that I'm just winging it. And they will ask me questions all the time. And I hated this as a kid. I think why is one of the most important questions we could ever ask. Why, for a lot of things. But for whatever reason, when my kids do it, they're like relentless. It's like a hostage negotiation. Like, they'll be like, "Can I have a cookie?" And it's like, it's like 8 in the morning, and I'm like, "No, you haven't had breakfast," which to me is a completely logical stance to take. You can't have a cookie. It's 8 in the morning. But then they're like, "Why?" And then I have to be like, "Well, because it's 8 in the morning." And they're like, "Well, I haven't." And well, why can't I just have one? And they almost talk me. I don't give in because that innate part of me wants my kids to, be healthy. But they almost put me into an existential crisis half the time. Half the time I'm like, I don't know why. What is it? But then I remember the old standby that all parents say, and that used to drive me freaking crazy, is because I said so. And you know what? I remember it working with my parents, with me, and I'll be like, oh, okay, well, that's it. But my kids, nope, nope. And they're just like, well, that's a stupid reason. And I can't really get mad because it is a stupid reason. Like, can you imagine? Like, that doesn't do anything. What do we solve here? And so I wanted to know from you, and I'll stop rambling now because that's what I love to do. I would like to know from you, what are some of the things that you see that are happening that you're becoming your parents on? And what does that look like for you? And what does that put you through? If it does it for me, it's just like, holy crap, this is the weirdest thing in the world. But what are some of the things that you do now or say now that are reminiscent of your parents? Either way, I'm about to head to work. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. I hope everything positive happens for you. And even if something bad happens, I hope you find the good and the silver lining in it. Have a wonderful day. I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.